Best advice I've ever gotten when it comes to men is don't believe his words, believe his actions. He can say I love you all day long, but if his actions do not match it, bye-bye.
Woman to woman, in your entire existence, okay, on this very planet, do not ever ignore your gut instinct towards a man. Because when you ignore that gut instinct, the universe will throw you on the floor, embarrass the fuck out of you, put you to your lowest point, and then say, do you see what we're talking about?
The wandering eye. He checks out girls when he's with you. He checks girls out when he's not with you. It's very rude. It's very disrespectful. A lustful man in general is just such a red flag. And how can he only have eyes for you? How can he truly love you if he is looking and wanting everything he sees that walks by? Number two, he doesn't take any accountability for anything that goes wrong. If something happens, he will find a way to blame you. You are not his partner. You are his scapegoat. You are his emotional punching bag. And number three, you feel alone when you are in the same bed, even when you are in the same room with him. In fact, you feel more alone when you're with him than without. And this is your gut telling you that this is not somebody that loves you and makes you feel safe and makes you feel the connection.
Why would you continue being in a relationship with someone who's not willing to calm your anxieties that were directly caused by something they chose to do?
It is your fault when you hold on to someone who shows you time and time again that they're no good for you. You have to take ownership of that. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. It's not about what they say, it's about what they do. And if the actions don't line up, then it's probably time to go the other direction.
The moment that a man does not give you clarity, the moment that he does not give you clarity, because I'm not gonna throw this on him, it's your responsibility to ask for that clarity. And if he still does not give you that clarity when you ask for it, it's your responsibility to analyze yourself and realize when this person is stressing you out or making you anxious or creating confusion, and then it's your responsibility to walk away. Stop worrying about that damn right move. We don't give a about that. Worry about the fact that this man has already put you in a position to where you have been confused. And in any dating or relationship, there should never be a moment of confusion, because it's gonna trigger your anxiety and it's gonna make it worse for you.
If someone's dealing with a narcissist, what do they have to do?
These individuals are so caustic, they're so toxic, they will victimize you physically, mentally, emotionally, physiologically, or financially. The question then is, how long are you willing to tolerate it? Because you will pay a price. You know, there's a great book called The Body Keeps the Score. The body will definitely keep the score. You will pay a price for being in the proximity of a toxic individual, and if you become that person's chew toy, you will suffer immensely. There's no pill to cure them. There is nothing you can do to make them like you, expect no loyalty, try to get out as soon as you can. I think most clinicians, if they're honest, will say, you got to get out of there. This is not right.
She won't leave. She never does. I'll love bomb her, make her feel special. Then I'll start testing her. I'll pull back just to see how far she chases. And then I'll say she's being too much. I'll break her down, then build her back up, just enough to keep her hopeful. I'll make her question what's real, doubt her own memory, then offer comfort for the confusion I caused. I'll turn her boundaries into proof she doesn't love me. I'll make her feel guilty for needing the bare minimum. And if she wants more, I'll call her needy. If she cries, I'll call her dramatic. And if she gets angry, I'll call her emotional. And when she finally tries to walk away, I'll become everything she ever wanted, just long enough to pull her back in. And that is why she'll never leave me.
Sign that you have a selfish partner is that every conversation about your guys' future has to do with what they want, how they see their future, where they want to live, what type of house they want, how many kids they want, what they want their wedding to look like. It's never us. You don't feel included in these conversations. You just feel like you're listening to somebody that's talking about what they want for their future. The second sign to look out for that you're with somebody that's selfish is they rarely compromise. Relationships are all about compromise. They allow you to compromise when something's not going their way, but when it comes to them compromising or them giving up a little something, they don't want to do it. You know why? Because they're selfish. And the third sign that you're with somebody that's selfish is every time you plan something, every time you want to go experience something, they're not for it. They make an excuse, they can't go, whatever it may be. But when they plan something, they want you to be there. They want you to be involved. And if you're not, they get upset. Y'all got to pay attention and start prioritizing your own happiness, because being with somebody that's selfish will not work out. Trust me.
Narcissists, they rape your soul every single day. They're monsters in human flesh. And yeah, a lot of people say, oh, it's their trauma when they're kids that made them like that. We all have trauma when we were kids. I never did anything like that to people. Some people say, oh, narcissists don't even know they're narcissists. No, they do know. Because if they want something from you, they'll become so nice. When they take it, they'll become evil. So they know how to be nice. Narcissists are people that when you meet them, they put on a show, a mask. And this mask lasts 3 months, some people 4 months, some people 6 months. And they love bomb you so much that you go crazy for them, and then they drop you. And they drop you exactly when they know that you're so attached to them. And then they make you go crazy. You start questioning who you are, what you've done. You think everything is your fault. And when they abuse you, whether it's physical, mental, they make you feel like you deserve it. So you actually stay and you think it's normal because I deserve it. And they are master manipulators. It's not that it's coincidence. They're artists at what they do. And all narcissists have the same steps, which is crazy because narcissism is not classified as a disease. If it's not classified as a disease, why do they all do the same thing? 3 months, the mask drops. Discard, hoover, love bomb, pull back. They're insane. They're wounded children in like big adult suits. That's what they are. They're not easy to be with. They're crazy. There is a problem with me if I'm attracting them. I cannot say it's their fault because when the mask fell, well after 3 months and they showed me who they are, I stayed. So I have a problem too. And why am I attracted to this type of men? And why is every man in my life like that? There's a problem. So I had to put my ego aside, and if you want to grow and learn, you don't grow by saying he's bad, she's bad, he's bad. How am I changing if I'm pointing fingers? I will only change if I point the finger at me. Where's my problem?
Narcissistic person will always make you feel like you have to earn their love. Like you always have to put in so much work and damn near beg to be loved properly by them. They will expect you to give them the world while they give you nothing. Not only that, they are so good at manipulating every single situation that even whenever you're not wrong and you didn't do anything wrong, they're somehow, some way so good at these mind games that they're gonna make you feel like you're doing everything wrong. Narcissistic people, in relationships at least, they don't get in a relationship for love. They get into relationships to have a sense of control. They also never admit when they're wrong. They stonewall you. They ignore you for days, weeks, months on end. They purposely go silent when they're wrong, so they never have to say those 2 words, I'm sorry. That will never come out of their mouth. Never. You constantly feel like you are crazy. You know that you're not, but you feel like you're crazy every time you talk to this person because they know what they're doing to make you feel like you're always the bad guy. Narcissistic people can never make you happy because they're not happy themselves. They will never love you correctly because they don't even love themselves correctly. One thing I'm going to remind you is it is okay to be sad after letting somebody go. It's okay to be sad after making the right decision. I am so sorry if you've ever had to deal with a narcissistic person because that is not easy.
Want to know the one sentence that shuts down a narcissist every single time? Say this and watch what happens. You know that narcissists thrive on control. They need you to defend yourself. They need you to explain yourself. They want you to react emotionally, and that's how they know they have control over you. But if you say this one sentence, it throws them completely off. I am not interested in arguing with you. Plain, simple, no reaction, no defense, no emotion. Suddenly, they have nothing to manipulate anymore. And they're going to try harder, right? They're going to try guilt tripping you, love bombing you, raging, giving you the silent treatment. But the more you refuse to engage, the faster they're going to spiral. So the secret to winning this game against a narcissist is don't play it in the first place. Because to a narcissist, their biggest fear isn't losing you or losing the relationship, it's losing control over you. And that's why they don't apologize. They manipulate because they don't respect your boundaries. They test them. They don't love you. They use you. And the second that you stop playing their game, that's when you take your power back.
You have to realize something, that men are deeply programmed to want access to your body and to have something on their arm. The game of love is a lie that we've been sold, but it's just romance. It's just sexual. It has nothing to do with love. We've misconstrued this with love because we've been told fairy tale lies, Cinderella and Disney movies. But that's not what's really going on, and that's not what men will ever tell you is really going on or what they're truly after. So please don't throw your whole life away for a man who is lying to you. He needs access to your body, and that's all he really wants. They will waste a lot of your time to make sure that they get access to your body because they really enjoy that activity, and meanwhile they don't. Women really don't. So make sure that they're investing in you, paying your bills, putting cash in your hand. So that way if they leave, you didn't get the raw end of the deal. And make sure that you also always have your money, your own money, separate from his in your own bank account. Because if God forbid he does leave you, you need to have a way to make money. Men do not look after you. When you're older, nobody really looks after you. But older women here on TikTok, we're trying to tell you the truth. Our moms couldn't tell you this because they were surrounded by their husbands. We were constantly surrounded by men. But now we can talk here on TikTok. And also your grandmothers and your mothers couldn't even get a bank account. They were in a very bad position. They had to smile and stay small. But now we can be loud. And we're telling the younger women, don't play with little boys. Don't play with little boys who just want access to your body and to waste your time. Find a real man who invests in you and takes actions to make your life better. There's men out there who make 200 plus a year. You should only be dating them. And if they don't have that kind of money, they should be focusing on their money and you should be focusing on yours. It's a waste of time to date a little boy. Calling, texting, dating, it's a waste of time. They are wasting your time. You could be spending it on talents, getting your education, working on your career, and helping your family. It's a little complicated, the games that they've been running on us. The words that they use are highly manipulative. And even then, they even think that their lies are justified. That treating women like an object, like wasting our time, is an okay thing to do. But please take into consideration what older women are trying to tell you here. Some of us had to learn the hard way, and we don't want you to make the same mistake.
I'm gonna give you 3 manipulation techniques that every man has used at least one time. And you've probably fallen for one or all of these manipulation techniques. Listen to what I have to say in this video because I'm gonna save you years, decades of heartbreak. The first manipulation technique is pretty easy. It's called love bombing. You know what it is. It's when someone gives you so much love and attention right away, not because they care about you, but because they're trying to get you hooked. And once that person has you hooked, that's when they start to show their true self because now you're hooked. The second manipulation technique is called gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt what you've seen, what you've heard, and what you thought. I'll give you an example of gaslighting right now. Let's say you go to him and you say, hey, I don't like the fact that you like other girls' pictures on Instagram. I'm not comfortable with that. And by the end of the conversation, you end up apologizing to him because now he made you feel like you are controlling, like you are crazy and neurotic, and you are the villain of the story. And the third manipulation technique, and this is the one that messes with your head long term. It's when a guy doesn't fully commit to you, but makes it seem like he will. You do everything together like a couple, but he's not actually your boyfriend. He strings you along, he breadcrumbs you for months, maybe even years, and you stay in this weird gray area where you're not his girlfriend, but you're not his friend either. But But the problem and the reason why it's so dangerous is because during that entire time, you start to get used to the feeling of him. But he also makes it feel like you are never good enough for him to fully commit to you.
If a man is doing this to you very early on, you must leave him immediately because he's going to destroy you. If a guy that you've just met, or even worse, haven't met, is sharing with you very personal traumatic stories, such as being cheated on, severe illnesses that he suffered in the past, or family tragedies, this is a sign that he's a master manipulator because he's trauma dumping you, oversharing personal information before it's appropriate to create a false sense of connection. Because then you'd be like, oh my god, I must be so special to him since he's sharing so much personal information with me. And before you know it, he's gonna start pulling back and start gaslighting you and making you doubt yourself. While there's a time and place to share vulnerable stories, it's definitely inappropriate to tell someone your whole life stories after 3 days. Just think about that. If you want more dating advice like this, go to the top of my page. I've got some resources for you.
If you date someone who doesn't love themselves, you will never feel secure in that relationship. You will never feel grounded. You will never feel safe. Because if they don't love themselves, they will never be able to love you. They'll be really good at controlling you. They'll be really good at making you feel less than. They will be really good at throwing assaults at you all the time. But they will never be able to love you. We hear so much about this ideology of you can only love someone as much as you love yourself. People who have loathing for themselves, they will loathe you as much as they loathe themselves. And they become obsessed with controlling you and controlling and manipulating everything that you do in your life. So you will really find yourself in this place of just being so viciously stuck.
5 signs that you're dealing with somebody who is emotionally abusive. Emotional abuse doesn't always look obvious. Sometimes it looks like love until it doesn't, which is why it's so important for us to pay attention to these patterns. It doesn't always start with screaming, insults, control. It starts with these subtle shifts, things that make you question yourself instead of them. And by the time you realize that something's happening, you're already trapped. So let's get into some early warning signs. 1, they make everything your fault. No matter what happens, somehow you're always the one to blame. If they hurt you, it's because you made them do it. If you call them out, you're the one that's overreacting. And over time, you start apologizing just to keep the peace, even when you've done nothing wrong. 2, they build you up, but also tear you down. At first, they make you feel like you're the most incredible person in the world. Then suddenly, the criticism starts. Your looks, your opinions, your intelligence, your entire personality. And because they used to praise you, you assume that you're the problem now. 3, you're always walking on eggshells. One day they're sweet, the next they act like they hate you. Their mood swings are unpredictable, and no matter how careful you are, no matter how much you pick your words, you never know what's going to set them off. 4, they use your past against you. The things that you told them in confidence, now they're ammunition, and they bring up your insecurities to break you down. Worst of all, they make you feel like you deserve it. Number 5, they isolate you. At first, it seems really innocent. They don't like your friends, your family's too involved in your relationship, but slowly the people who care about you start to disappear until the only person left is them. If any of these sound familiar, listen to that feeling, because love isn't supposed to leave you feeling drained, anxious, afraid to be yourself. And the second that you start recognizing these patterns, you can take that first step towards breaking free.
Things men say that are actually manipulation tactics. So as we know, gaslighting is one of the most common forms of manipulation. And it's when they're denying your reality or your feelings. So they'll say things like, you're being too sensitive, or you're overreacting. Or when you question them about something, they'll say, that never happened. Oh, you're imagining things. Or I was just joking. Can't you take a joke? His goal is to make you doubt your perceptions or make you think you're overreacting. Control or guilt tripping. So making you feel guilty for setting boundaries or asserting your needs. So he'll say things like, after everything I've done for you, or are you just going to leave me like everyone else did? You don't care about how I feel. Or if you really loved me, you would... whatever they want you to do. Oh, you're so selfish for thinking about yourself right now. He's doing this to get you to comply with his desires and make you feel selfish or unkind for doing what you want to do. Future faking is promising a future together, so marriage, kids, stability, with no real intention of following through. He's just trying to keep you emotionally invested or manipulate you into staying. So he'll say things like, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've never felt this way about anyone else before. I see my whole future with you. Oh, we're soulmates. I just know it. Let's move in together, get married, have kids, and let's do it soon. He's just trying to get you emotionally attached quickly with unrealistic promises. Using jealousy as control and isolating you. So he'll be acting possessive, checking your phone, and limiting your social life. He's trying to isolate you and control your independence. So he'll say things like, your friends don't really care about you like I do. Or why do you need to talk to other people when you have me? I don't like you going out looking like that. Who were you texting just now? Or you're mine. He's trying to cut off your support system and create distrust. Playing the victim and deflecting blame. He'll say, you made me act like this. Or I can't do anything right with you. Oh, you always make me the bad guy. Or you're attacking me for no reason. You're the reason the relationship is falling apart. He's trying to shift the focus from his behavior to your reaction and making you feel responsible for his actions to avoid responsibility. Triangulation, so bringing a third person into the situation, saying things like, oh, my ex never did that, or my friends think you're overreacting. The goal is to make you feel insecure, jealous, or to question your value. Being dismissive or minimizing. He'll say things like, you're being dramatic, it's not that big of a deal. Why are you always so negative? You're making something out of nothing. Or why are you always nagging me? You always find something to complain about. He's trying to invalidate your concerns and emotions. Silent treatment or withholding affection. So of course he's not going to say much for this one, but he's going to ignore you, be cold, or be emotionally unavailable if you've upset him or after a bit of conflict. His goal is to punish you or regain control in the relationship dynamic.
Space C I A.
A man becomes meaner when he doesn't want you anymore, but a woman becomes calmer when she doesn't want you anymore. Let me explain. These days, men don't walk away. They'll just hurt you enough so you leave, then play the victim like they did nothing at all. He'll trigger you on purpose so when you finally walk, he can flip it and make it look like you are the problem. But see, a woman gets calmer when she doesn't want you anymore, because she gave everything to make it work, but when she decides to leave, it's because she knows you won't change. She already made noise when she wanted to stay, but you didn't listen. She won't leave you for another man, she'll leave you for her sanity, her self-respect, her peace. And when a woman chooses her peace over you, understand you lost her long before she walked out the door.
One of the things that makes people feel crazy is when they get gaslighted. And I never know what gaslighting meant, but from what I understand about it, females get gaslighted a lot in relationships where a guy will be doing some type of manipulative behavior and then the girl will question him on it. And then he'll make it seem like she's making a big deal out of nothing. So I feel like that's what happens with a lot of people's mental health, is they're going through a lot. Like they're crying for an answer, they need help. And they go to the people that are closest to them and those people just tell them, oh, like man up, or this isn't a real problem. Everyone in life goes through that. They don't validate their pain. And that's the worst thing you can do to someone that's going through something, because if it's so scary to have pain, but what makes it like hell, what makes it so fearful is to have pain and then other people tell you that it doesn't exist. So now you just feel like you're insane.
Honest to God, one of the most disgusting and like volatile things I think a human being can do to another human being is distort their sense of reality. Like to gaslight someone into thinking that what they're experiencing like isn't real. Sick in the head. Sick in the head. Worms in your brain. That is the most disturbing, disgusting, and volatile thing I think you can do to someone. And I am a big believer in like forgiveness, because that is freedom for us, not for them. But I find that really hard to forgive. That is just to throw someone off their tracks like that. If you fuck up someone's perception of themselves and in the world and their experience, do you know how far that can go for some people?
A way to tell if you are experiencing gaslighting is when somebody is focusing on your reaction rather than taking any accountability for their action that may have caused you hurt or pain. An example might be around a dinner table and somebody has said something that's caused you offense, upset, or harm, maybe challenged a really deep belief of yours, unskillfully even. But rather than take any accountability or apologize for doing that, instead they focus on you. Well, you said something to me 3 weeks ago, 3 years ago that I didn't like. Well, you're reacting in this way. You're so emotional. Why can't you regulate yourself? I'm allowed to have my views. Look at how you're behaving. Look at how you're carrying on. You're always like this. If somebody is heaping the blame, if somebody is heaping shame on you whilst taking absolutely no accountability for the initial action that has caused harm, there is a possibility that that person is gaslighting you.
Never, and I mean never, trust a guy who does this. Because if he does this, I don't care if you're in love with him, I don't care if you're moving in together and you just got a dog, you gotta walk away after this. Never trust a guy who makes everything your fault. If every time there's a problem, he turns it around on you, whether it's something you said, something you did, something you didn't do, that's a huge red flag. I don't care if he says, I'm just being honest, or you're too sensitive. No. That's gaslighting, that's manipulation. If he's making you feel like you're always the one in the wrong, always the one to blame, then you know what? That's not love. That's control. That's him messing with your head and trying to make you doubt yourself. So listen, never trust a guy who's always flipping things around on you. If he can't take responsibility for his own actions, he's never going to own up to anything, and that's not someone you want in your life. Just keep it moving. You deserve better.
When you cry in front of him, when you ask for help, when you express your pain, do you know what he's really thinking deep down inside? She's inconveniencing me. Not she's hurting, not she needs me, not how can I help, but she's interrupting my day, she's interrupting my plans, she's interrupting my peace. Your pain isn't a pain for him. It's an inconvenience. It's a frustration. And when you don't stop, when your emotions become too loud, he's going to rage out. Because your emotions trigger his guilt that he's not showing up. And guilt is something that he doesn't want to deal with. It reveals this shame. So as he's going to lash out, he's going to blame you. He's going to make you feel like you're the problem, and the cycle continues over and over and over again. Are you stuck in that cycle?
A lot of men gaslight their wife, and a lot of men don't even know they're doing it. Every time she tells you how she feels, and then you tell her she's wrong. Every time you rewrite history to make yourself look better. Every time you shame, you blame, you guilt your wife just to get her to question her reality. That's crazy making. And she's not fucking crazy. You're manipulative. Twisting every conversation to make it look like she's hurting you. Denying things that you said. Minimizing things that you've done so that you don't have to feel shitty inside. You're destroying your wife's sanity with your fucking lies and your manipulation. Stop denying. I am a severe narcissist, self-aware, and managing it. It's possible, but you've got to take responsibility for you, and you're gonna need help. DM apply, and I got you.
10 gaslighting phrases abusive people use to control you. Believe it or not, controlling someone's reality is as simple as a few choice words. In this video, I'll expose 10 specific gaslighting phrases that abusers use to manipulate and control. Phrases that everyone should know to safeguard their mental health. 1. You're overreacting. Abusive people often tell you that you're overreacting to make you feel like your emotions are exaggerated or invalid. This phrase dismisses your feelings and creates doubt, making you wonder if you're being unreasonable. Remember, your emotions are valid, and being told you're overreacting is a tactic to control your response and silence your concerns. 2. I never said that. Denying something they've said is a classic gaslighting move. When an abusive person says, I never said that, it makes you question your memory and feel uncertain about what really happened. This tactic keeps you off balance and makes it difficult to hold them accountable, as they shift the focus onto your faulty memory. 3. You're too sensitive. Calling you too sensitive minimizes your feelings and makes you feel like your emotional reactions are wrong. Abusive people use this phrase to imply that the problem lies with you, not their behavior. By doing so, they make you question your emotional responses and feel guilty for reacting to their hurtful actions. 4. Everyone agrees with me. This phrase is meant to isolate you and make you feel alone in your perspective. By suggesting that everyone else is on their side, they try to convince you that you're in the wrong and that nobody else supports your viewpoint. This gaslighting tactic is designed to make you feel insecure and outnumbered, weakening your confidence in your own judgment. 5. You're imagining things. When they say, you're imagining things, they're trying to make you feel like your concerns or suspicions aren't real. This phrase dismisses your perception and implies that you're being irrational or paranoid, making it harder for you to trust your own instincts. 6. It's your fault I act this way. This phrase shifts responsibility from them onto you, making you feel responsible for their actions and emotions. It keeps you feeling guilty and trapped, as though it's your responsibility to fix them and the relationship. 7. I was only joking. If you confront them about something hurtful they said, they might dismiss it by saying, I was only joking. This phrase invalidates your feelings and makes you feel like you're too serious or can't take a joke, even though their words genuinely hurt you. 8. You're remembering it wrong. Abusive people love to challenge your memory. This common gaslighting phrase makes you question your recollection of what happened, creating confusion and self-doubt. It is intended to keep you from trusting your own mind, giving them more control over the narrative. 9. You're crazy. Calling you crazy or suggesting you have mental health issues is one of the most damaging gaslighting tactics. It undermines your self-confidence and makes you feel like you're the problem. When they label you as crazy, it shifts attention away from their behavior and makes you doubt your own sanity, keeping you under their control. 10. No one else would put up with you. This phrase is used to make you feel worthless and as though you're lucky to have them. They're trying to isolate you and make you believe that you're unlovable or difficult.
Some people will actually love you deeply until they don't feel safe loving you any longer. And when they walk away, that silence, that absence, it'll echo louder than anything that they've ever said. So be mindful, be intentional. Treat the people who truly matter with care before they become the lesson that taught you what too late really feels like.
If you want to fuck someone's head up, I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay, so this is toxic. And I'm not telling you so you can necessarily do this to someone else. I'm telling you so if someone does it to you, you know what's going on. However, I'm not going to judge you. Who am I to say that they don't deserve it? Okay, so if you want to fuck someone's head up, the way that you do it is by creating unfinished business. It is one of the most damaging things that you can intentionally do to someone because it makes them frantically obsess. The things that we obsess the most about are unfinished business. So what does that look like? Unfinished business can be anything as small as leaving someone on red in an important conversation or intentionally not giving someone closure and just walking away from them. One of the worst ways I've ever seen this done is a woman that I know that called off her engagement really quickly and quite literally sent her engagement ring back to the man in the mail just to avoid ever speaking to him again, aka giving him closure. He is messed up to this day. The search for answers in someone's brain that you give them unfinished business with will drive them mad. It's one of the meanest things that you can do to someone because not only are you the problem, but you're the only cure. So again, this is just for awareness. Be nice.
Be the most useless you can be as a woman. Yes, you heard me right. What I mean by being the most useless you can be is being the most useless you can be in a relationship with a man. Actually, it's a secret key to be the happiest, the most beautiful in a marriage or in a relationship. You must be useless for a man. Don't be useless for yourself. Give yourself everything. You deserve everything, but you have to give it to yourself, not to a man. Because the moment you will start playing the maid, I'm sorry to say that, but the moment you will start cleaning, cooking, and managing everything, you will become his servant. We have forgotten, nowadays, women tend to forget that women don't bring anything material to the table. We bring intangible things. We bring intangible value. We aspire men every single day. We give life. We validate them. We give them energy. They do a lot for women as well. I'm not saying that they're useless, absolutely not. But men bring material things, material value in a woman's life, and women brings intangible things and intangible value in a man's life. Because once you start being useful to a man, you actually embody both roles. You embody the masculine and the feminine role all at once. And this is exactly where a lot of women start embodying both masculine and feminine roles. They start embodying masculine and feminine duties. After that, unfortunately, it's gonna be done for you because the man you're with is gonna take advantage of you.
All right, if you want to detach from that man, this video is for you. I'm just gonna go right into it. Stop romanticizing their words and their text. Words are just words. They can say whatever they want. They can literally say I'm sorry and it can mean nothing. They can say I love you and it can mean nothing. They can say you're the prettiest girl I've ever seen and that can also mean nothing. Do not get caught up on words. Boys can say whatever they want to get you to do what they want you to do. That is like literal manipulation. Don't listen to words. It's not romantic until you know that they're trusted. Be realistic. The whole time you're talking to someone up until it ends. Be completely realistic. If it ends and you don't know why, just be like, oh, well, he doesn't want me. Why would I want to be with someone that doesn't want me? As simple as that. It sucks. I know. It sucks. You literally just have to be like, oh, my man's gonna want me. My man's gonna be obsessed. My man's gonna work for me. This is BS. This is nonsense. Okay? Detach. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Ever. It will never pass you by. Stop getting impressed over what you doing? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, he texted me. He wants to hang out with me. That requires no effort. That requires 2 seconds of his time to text you, what are you doing? We don't care. That's not impressive. I'm not impressed. What's impressive is when he bends his back to do something for you. Oh, what are you doing, text? Boring. It really just, it's not impressive. Stop getting impressed over little things, like bare minimum, cool. Only let yourself be attracted to effort. Low effort equals ick. Start looking at all of their behaviors as icks. If they do something that hurts your feelings, it's not about you, it is automatically about them. Ick. Romanticize being unreachable. Romanticize being the girl that got away. Because it is so attractive when you have your crap together, when you have your life together, when you don't need him all the time. That is attractive. Romanticize being unreachable. As usual, hope this helps. Goodbye, love you.